Yo, what's going on guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're here for episode 2 of How to Windows 10. So today we're going to be talking about the start menu, which is this thing, and the taskbar, which is the bar that's all the way at the bottom of your screen. And I'm going to show you guys how you can customize them and add different apps to them and change colors and stuff. It's going to be great. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first of all, we're going to be looking at from left to right, so we've got the start menu at the bottom left. So the start menu here is where you've got all your apps and everything you could possibly want to look for in terms of apps and like gadgets and stuff. So on the left here you've got your start menu, you've got the 3 dots and you've got start, and you can change users here with this little icon here. You've got File Explorer, which opens up File Explorer where you can browse all your files. You've got settings, well that's pretty obvious, you've got your settings. And you've got power, where you can shut down your PC, restart it, or just send it to sleep. So here you can see on the start menu, mine's not very populated, there's just one app in there. You may be asking, how do you add apps or remove apps? So say I want Premiere Pro, which I use to edit. So what you want to do is you just want to right click it, and if you click pin to start, you'll see that it comes up on the start menu. And if you want to remove an app, say Discord, you right click and click unpin from start. So I'm going to show you what that does. Unpin, it just goes away. Right click, pin, it comes back. If you want to change the order, you just click and hold and you can drag it somewhere else. And if you drag it down, you can create a different section and you can rename these sections. So as you can see, you can create 2 sections here and you can change the sections depending on what you want. Now you can also create different folders. So if I wanted Premiere Pro and Discord in one folder, if I put them over each other, they've got like a little icon with both of them in the same icon. Click it, they both come up, and you can name the folder like apps. And then if you close it, it says apps, and it shows all of the apps that are in there. You click on it, click on the apps, and it'll open them. That just saves space. You can unpin the whole folder and they'll all go away. So if we just put, say a few in there, let's put Google Chrome, let's put the store. Now what you can do on Windows is you can resize them. So at the moment we've got them on medium, but you can have small, have wide ones, or you can have really big ones that cover 4 squares. So what I like to do is I like the Microsoft Store to be wide, and if I right click it and click more, you can turn live tiles on and off. For some reason they don't show some of the time. And also down here, if you right click the start menu, you've got all of these different options you can choose from. So you've got like different, I don't know what they're called, they're just like different setting shortcuts. And you've got run, where you can search for like, if you want a folder that you can't actually get to. It's like the temp folder. Most of the stuff you can delete to speed your computer up. You've also got desktop, which just brings you to your desktop. And then you've got all your sign out and power options there. Then you've also got here Task Manager, which you can view all your tasks, but I'll leave that for another how-to video. So moving on from the start menu, we've got the search bar. So here you can search all of your apps, you can search the internet, you can search the news, you can search the weather, and you can just search files or apps. So say I want to open the internet browser, so I use Google Chrome, so type in Chrome, and it'll come up and it'll tell you like different ways you can open the app. So you can just do open, or what I like to do is if I go to like a game or something, I can run it as administrator, or I can open the location of the file. So like the shortcut, there's usually in the start menu, there's like an option called programs, and you've got all of the programs that come up on this start menu on the left here. And to the right of the start, to the search, you've got Cortana, which is like your voice assistant and can help you with like reminders, tasks. It's kind of like Google and Alexa, but it's Windows version. You've also got Task View, which shows all of the apps that are open in your thing, and it also shows you what you've been searching. To the right of that, you've got all of your apps that are pinned to the taskbar. So by default, you'll have like, for example, Microsoft Edge, the store. You may have File Explorer, I'm not sure, and you have Mail, I think. So if you want to remove an app and replace it with a different app, or if you want to add more apps, what you simply do is you search for the app in here. So say I use Chrome and I don't use Microsoft Edge, I can right click that and click pin to taskbar and it'll pin it here. Now if I left click and drag, I can drag it all the way to where I want. And if I want to remove an app, say I don't use Edge anymore, I can right click it and unpin it and it'll go away. So notice how these apps don't have any names on them, they're just the icons. If you hover over it, you can see the name and you can see what's in the window at that time. As you can see, do it with Streamlabs, and I can do it with any apps. So if I right click and I can see two options here. You can show the desktop like it did before, you can see Task Manager like before, and you can also lock the taskbar, which means that you won't be able to just move the taskbar anywhere. So without it locked, you can just move it to your left, you can move it up, you move it all the way around the screen. Here, show open windows, click it. I don't know what that does, I haven't figured it out yet. Touch keyboard button, so these ones here are the ones to the right here. So as you see, this area here has got the clock, it's got notification panel, and it's also got my keyboard input. So if I right click, you can see show touch keyboard button. If I click it, it comes up with this touch keyboard button, and I can type using on-screen keyboard. Also click it again to remove it. And what a lot of people do if you're an artist, they have Windows Ink Workspace, which allows you to have a full screen snip. So you can crop that down, it's like a screenshot, it's pretty good. And there's also a whiteboard if you download it, and there should be like, I believe on the laptop there's a sticky notes, so that should be good. There's people also, so it's like contacts. I don't use that because I have Google and stuff to do that for me. Task view button is this one here, as I showed you before. So if you remove it, it will go away. You can also remove Cortana if it's getting annoying. And with the search, you can also hide it, or you can just have just a little icon like that. What I like to do is I like to have it there, so then I can always search for anything I need. You just have toolbars, so you have an address, you have links, then you can customize that. You have desktop, so you have like a little file explorer, links there, and you can also create one to link to anything you want, and you can click them all again to remove them. That's all of the things here, and if you click Taskbar Settings, you have a bunch more options that you can choose from. So here you can lock the taskbar like you can do by right clicking, but these ones here are new. So automatically hide the taskbar in desktop mode. So if we click this on, you can see the taskbar just goes away, and when I put my mouse to the bottom of the screen, it pops back up. You can also do the same in tablet mode. So when you've got a laptop that can go into tablet mode, like the Surface or a touchscreen laptop, they have this mode, but I'm on desktop, so that's not an option here. Use peek to preview the desktop when you move your mouse, and show desktop button at the end of the taskbar. So that's this option here, which lets you see the desktop with a quick glance. You can turn that off or on depending on what you like. So if you turn it off, you won't hover, you have to click it. I like to keep that on. Replace command block with PowerShell using Windows key and X. So if I click Windows key and X, and you can see here Windows PowerShell, I can turn that off and it will change to command prompt. So command prompt is this terminal, and PowerShell is this terminal. So just whatever your preference is, you can change that. I actually like to keep it on the command prompt, just because that's the one I use the most, if at all. So badges on taskbar buttons, can't remember what that does. Very good tutorial, isn't it? You can also change location manually. If you right click and you lock it, you can't move it to the left. You can click left and it will go to the left. A lot of people actually keep it on the left or the right, but I like to keep it at the bottom, just because I've had it there since the beginning. You can also have labels. So as I was talking about earlier, you have to hover over it to see the label, but now you can see that you can put them on always on, or only when it's full, or you can just hide them altogether. Here you have a little documentation on the official Microsoft site about how you can customize the taskbar. Here you have a link that takes you to where you can turn these icons here off, on and off. So you can have, say I've got these apps in here, so microphone, Windows security, and NVIDIA. So here I've got NVIDIA container. If I turn this on, it will put it down here, and then if I can either drag it back into here, or what I can do is turn it off here. I'll turn this toggle off, and it will go back into that little drop down arrow. There's also turn system icons on or off, which is practically the same, but just with these other buttons like the network, volume. You turn the clock off if that's something you don't want. And if you have multiple displays, these will be available to you, but I don't, so you can mess around with those however you like. With people, turn it on, comes up with the people icon. You can choose how many contacts you want to show for everyone. Show my people notifications. You can play a sound when a notification arrives. You can also show suggestions. So that's it for the taskbar. You can also change the color and stuff, but I'll go over that in a tutorial about how to customize Windows. So here on the start menu, you've got here on this little panel on the left, you've got also start menu. So here you can change, like if you want a larger start menu, so you can drag it all the way, make a big one. Turn it off, it will just be only a vertical one. You can show the apps list, so as you can see I've got mine that shows the app list. If I turn this off, it'll only show my icons I have. Show recently added apps. If I turn that on, you can see what recently got installed on the computer. So you can see my GPU drivers here and all this stuff. If you turn on show most used apps, it can show the most used. So I use the internet a lot, I use Discord, I also use Streamlabs to record. I don't usually put that on because I usually just have them in the taskbar here. So suggestions, so if you turn that on, it will show, like, occasionally it will say, oh, this is a suggested app that you should try. Use start full screen. If you turn this on, the whole Windows will be replaced by a massive start menu. I don't tend to have that because I tend to want to like quickly switch between the two. So recently opened items in jump list on start, or the taskbar in File Explorer quick access. So if you turn this on, you'll see the quick access here. That's recently opened items. Sometimes go onto there. So here you've got a hyperlink that takes you to choose which folders appear on start. If you click that, you've got different icons that can appear in this left hand menu with the settings, File Explorer and Power. So if I turn on, say, network, if I turn that on, you can see that there's a network icon. Click it, takes you to the networks and tells you what files are in the network. Videos, which is one that I like to have. If you click it, you can see all of my previous recordings on OBS. Pictures, music, downloads, documents you've also got, which are pretty self-explanatory, and also a personal folder, which should take you to the user directory. And here you've also got search help from the web, so if you want to know how to do something, click it, takes you to the Microsoft site. You've also got get help, which has lots of help that can help you on your Windows journey. So that looks like it's going to be about it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, leave a like and subscribe to see more content like this. Next episode we're going to be looking at how you can change the colors of your desktop and personalize every little bit about Windows. So until then, I'll see you guys.